everyone! My name is Nanay Jacin, your full-time work-at-home mother. And I'm currently working as a virtual assistant, and it's been almost 7 years because I started back in 2018. And today, as you watch this video, sisimulan natin ang series na How to Become a Virtual Assistant. Yes, you heard it right. Gagawa ako ng series of videos kung saan pag-uusapan natin ang lahat ng dapat mong malaman para maging virtual assistant ka rin kagaya ko. Perfect ito kung naghahanap ka ng pagkakakitaan while you are at home, kumita ng dollars, and of course, to spend more time with your family. I started with zero knowledge as well, as in clueless. Kaya naman, in my years of experience, ang dami kong natutunan na gusto kong i-share sa'yo, including yung mga tips at real talk na hopefully ay makatulong sa virtual assistant journey mo. So make sure na i-like ang video na to, subscribe sa aking channel, and hit the notification bell para wala kang ma-miss na video sa series na to. Kasi for sure, marami kang matututunan. Alright, let's start with the basics. Ano nga ba ang dapat mong malaman? Ano ang virtual assistant? Tara, umpisahan na natin. What is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is someone who provides professional services to clients remotely. Instead of working in a physical office, VAs or virtual assistant use technology to complete tasks such as administrative work, including email management, scheduling, data entry, customer support, social media management, research and reporting, specialized services, depending on the niche. Think of a VA as someone na tumutulong sa client to make their life easier. Do not forget, a VA is an independent contractor. So we are not a direct employee of our client. So ngayon, alam mo na kung ano ang virtual assistant. Pag-usapan naman natin ang mga common misconceptions about virtual assistants. First, let's clarify these myths. VA work is easy money. No. Reality, it requires skills, discipline, and continuous learning. Bilang isang VA, hindi tumitigil ang pagkatuto. Second, working from home means walang stress. Hindi po totoo yan. You still have deadlines, meetings, and clients to manage. VA jobs are not real jobs. Hindi po, ate. VAs are professionals who add real value for businesses worldwide. Fourth, you can work anytime you want. Hindi po sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Some clients need you to follow fixed schedules. In my case, guys, I work full-time and we are following a certain schedule every day. And also, we work from Mondays to Fridays and day off namin tuwing weekend. So, what are the technical requirements na kailangan mong i-prepare bago ka mag-umpisa bilang isang virtual assistant? Before starting, make sure you have the right tools. First is a computer or laptop with at least i3 processor or equivalent. Second is a reliable internet, minimum of 50 Mbps plus a backup Wi-Fi. Third is a noise-canceling headset for calls. Fourth is a webcam for interviews or meetings. Fifth is a backup power options. Actually, this is optional. And then lastly is a dedicated workspace. Quiet and distraction-free. Like in my case, guys, I have my own office setup here para ma-differentiate ko pa rin yung home at work. So ngayon, alam mo na kung ano ang mga kailangan mong i-prepare na technical requirements so you can start working from home. Next, let's talk about ano ba yung mga tools na kailangan mong aralin para makapag-start ka as a virtual assistant. These are the basic tools that every virtual assistant should know. You need to familiarize yourself with these essentials. These are actually non-negotiables. So before you apply, learn or familiarize yourself with these essentials. First, for productivity or office suites or tools, we have Google Workspace and Microsoft Office. Second is for project management tools, we have Trello, Asana, ClickUp, and Notion. Third, for communication tools, we had Zoom, Slack, and Microsoft Teams. Fourth, for file sharing or documentation, we have Google Drive and Dropbox. And lastly, for social media platforms, we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok if you are doing social media management. Here's an additional tip. Master the basics and familiarize or specialize with the tools that your client is requiring you to master. Ngayon, alam mo na kung ano yung mga tools and yung mga basic requirements na dapat ay meron ka para makapag-umpisa ka as a VA. Ngayon, let's talk about what are the different types of clients na mai-encounter mo along the way. Clients come in different forms. Usually, they are solopreneurs. These are the small business owners who need help with everything, like especially with their business operations or even with their personal life. Second, this is small businesses. They usually need support with operations, social media, or customer service. Third are agencies, outsource tasks like design, content creation, lead generation, including digital marketing. Fourth are corporate clients. These are the big companies that you may encounter or work with because they require specialized skills and strict processes. Each client has different expectations. Some are hands-on, others want you to work independently. Other clients also include those professionals like doctors, lawyers, and as I've mentioned in the video, some would also require you to work independently, others would require you to work with a tracker. So you choose whichever kind of work setup you like. Next, let's talk about the different working schedules that you can work with as a virtual assistant. VA schedules depend on client needs. So basically, may tatlong uri ng schedule na pwede mong ma-encounter while you work or look for work as a VA. There are fixed shift. These are aligned with your client time zones. Usually, it's UK, US, and Australian. Second is flexible schedule. These are usually output-based and as long as tasks are completed. Usually, ito guys, pumapasok yung mga social media manager or mga digital marketers. Third naman ay part-time or project-based. This is actually good for beginners or side hustles. Kasi pag tapos na yung project, tapos na rin yung work mo. Tip guys, always clarify your expectations before starting your work with your client. Now you know what are the schedules of a virtual assistant. Now let's talk about ano ba yung mga niche or expertise na pwede mong i-try as a beginner. There are many VA paths that you can explore such as General Admin VA. Usually this includes administrative tasks like emails, scheduling, and data entry. Second is Social Media Manager. This is good for content planning, posting, and analytics. Basta mainly focus niya ay sa social media. Third is e-commerce VA. This includes product listings, order processing, customer service, and dito na pumapasok guys, for example, yung Amazon. Fourth is real estate VA, appointment setting, lead management, CRM updates. Fifth, customer service VA, handling calls, chats, and inquiries. Next is accounting or bookkeeper, anything that relates to accounting or bookkeeping. Another niche would be lead generation VA. This is good for research, prospecting, and CRM updates. You can start as a generalist, then specialize as you discover your strengths. So that ends the part 1 of our How to Become a Virtual Assistant series. So we've discussed about what is a virtual assistant, what does a VA do, of course, pati yung mga tools, schedule, and niche, pinag-usapan din natin. And that's it for today, mga ka-virtual assistant. I hope marami kang natutunan sa introduction part natin na ito. Remember, lahat ng bagay ay nag-uumpisa sa maliit. Kaya huwag mong ipe-pressure yung sarili mo. Let's take one step at a time. If you enjoyed this video and nakatulong to sa'yo, do not forget to do a thumbs up or leave your questions down below kung meron pa kayong gustong i-discuss na topics natin for our next episodes. Do not forget to hit the notification bell para updated ka sa series natin na ito. Again, this is Jacin, your full-time work at home nanay, and reminder, you can work smart, earn well, and live freely. See you in our next video. Bye!